think when we started back in September, we set our sights at staying in the First Division, and the success we have achieved has been a sort of a bonus since that. If we can win on Sunday, it'll give the team a great deal of confidence. We have a reasonable draw in the championship and will hopefully qualify out of Ulster, and then we'll take it from there.
You played a major role, of course, in shaping the team. What have you concentrated on in your training?
Probably a return to basics. Basic skills I feel have been neglected in the game. A lot of emphasis has been placed on tactical play and fitness, and while you can't overlook the fitness angle, and it's important, and we have done a lot of fitness work, particularly during the winter, I would say our biggest emphasis has been a return to the basic skills of the game and getting them correct.
And if we've the ball.
Yeah, if we have a team that can win the ball consistently, if we have it, the other team can't do very much.
In building the team, of course, you've been ruthless as far as training is concerned. Do you mind being called or described as hard taskmasters?
Well, I think that's a press term. I think possibly the best people to ask that question would be the players themselves. I think we try to treat them as adults, and if they behave as adults, there is no problems. And I don't think there has been many problems. One incident I think has been highlighted and probably overblown, and it wasn't important, and it didn't cause any real disarray in the camp.
But isn't it important to have discipline in the team anyway?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, we have emphasised this to the players. If they're going to have success, they must work hard at it.
But what about the players themselves? After all, they're the people who produce the results at the end of the day. What are their views?
Oh yes, very hard taskmasters. I think they proved that a couple of weeks ago. And they're here to win. They're very busy men outside of football, so there's no time to waste.
It's said that one of the reasons why the Down team of 20 years ago was so successful, that they played as a county side with the pride and the skill of a club side. Would you say that's one of the ingredients of the present Down side?
Yeah, it's coming that way. We haven't been together long enough. That sort of attitude comes over maybe a period of a couple of years. But it's there. We're working at it.
How much is this due to the kind of training schedule that you've been on as well? I mean, it keeps you all together, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. That's the main thing Val and James have worked at. 2 nights a week, every week from last September. So the spirit's there. We're together often enough to engender that type of...
Well, it's going to be a very important battle, Leslie. The team that can grasp that situation very quickly on will be the team that I think will come out on top on the day.
How do you rate this present Down side compared with the one of, say, 20 years ago?
Well, it's as I say, you said there, it's a young team. I think they have a lot going for them in the fact that they're very dedicated and they want to win. They're hungry for success. I think this will prove a big help to them in the later years.
Possibly a local derby, an all-Ulster game just taken out of the province, and we expect it to be tight, hard, very evenly contested, and probably not a great deal of scoring. I would imagine it'll be a close, low-scoring game. We know each other too well and probably respect each other too well to put anything straight.
There were two McCartans on the side of the 1960s, and James was the centre-half forward hero of that emergent Down team. And we met him this week in the county grounds here in Newry Park, which nestles in the shadows of the South Armagh Hills on the outskirts of Newry town.
Playing pitches in Armagh is rational from County Down.
You've no objection to standing in Armagh?
Oh, not totally. I live on the Armagh border, on the Lagos side of it, and the rivalry is great. I mean, I think that's part of the game and adds to attraction.
Have you had to take a lot of, joking abuse from Armagh people in the last 2 weeks?
Oh, I've taken this last 20 years, not this last 2 weeks,
Banter that won't hide this intense rivalry.
I play hard matches and I enjoy them, and I enjoy the banter more than every now and then.
And of course, that's exactly what it was when you met here last October in this ground here in Newry. They were just back from America. It was a tight, low-scoring game, wasn't it?
Well, I'm back when they said they were tired, and they're saying now that they have it now, that the flexion of it.
And they also said that you wouldn't postpone that game when they wanted to postpone it.
Well, I mean, I agree we wouldn't postpone it, but they asked us to postpone it the morning we left for America. I mean, I had once before that.
You weren't taking advantage of them?
Well, no, I wasn't taking them. We had a plan to let out what we were going to do. We were looking challenge matches before the National League at any stage play. I remember we asked Armagh for a game, they wouldn't play us then. Yet they come in then, a week before they went to America and asked to change it. But we had our leagues arranged here with the county committee so that the clubs would get the league football, and it's going to be harassment. And it meant if we put a match off, we're going to have to play 2 National League matches, 3 Sundays one after the other.
Do you think that sort of thing now is going to add to the rivalry on Sunday?
Well, with some people, yes, but with honest people and people who understand, no. I mean, they understood. I mean, I would say if Armagh, if we'd asked Armagh for the same, we wouldn't have got that. I mean, they wouldn't have wanted to play 3 National League matches 3 Sundays one after the other. Well, I mean, that's what used to annoy me. People say the town's not in down. I mean, the town isn't down. I mean, there's some players on the team today have won 4 rounds at different stages. I mean, those players must have some talent to do that. At college level, minor, and under 21, they must have some sort of talent to. I mean, the talent's there. So it matters. Like, if I go and buy Shergar, throws him up in the house for 12 months, he's not going to drive the next year.
Have you done that?
I would like to have that.
Do you see it being as tight a game as it was here in Newry? Does the fact that it's in Croke Park make any difference?
Well, this pitch is as big as Croke Park, and the rivalry's there, and the players have grew up together, no one there, and like, I mean, it would be tight, it'll be close, but I still think it'll be fair.
Are you looking forward to it more because it is Armagh than, say, if it was Dublin or Kerry or Cork or Offaly?
Well, I suppose yes, you know, there's that bit of rivalry, and it'd be nice to beat them, but if they beat you, you've had to stand, you know. That's what it's all about.
Turley is the left full back, and he talked about playing against Armagh, their near neighbours.
Oh, it makes a difference, certainly, Mike. The closeness of Armagh, the rivalry, the fact that Newry is split between the 2 counties, some of the players have gone to school together, it all adds up to, you know, a completely different match than, let's say, you were playing some deep team from the south, you know.
And of course you know them so well as also their football, their style of football.
That's true. We've played against each other a good few times. Their team has been much the same as our team over the past number of years, so we've got to know each other fairly well. So it may stunt the open play, but it'll leave it very exciting still.
Would you say at this level of football they're slightly more experienced than your players, even though your lads have won a lot of underage medals?
Yeah, it may seem that way, Mick. You know, over this past number of years, Armagh seem to get a lot of press. Maybe it's because of the amount of supporters they bring with them. Their supporters are very, very enthusiastic. But I think we've there's a good balance of experience and young players in both teams, and I think that'll show on Sunday. I think it will be fantastic for the game. The fact that both of us beat Offaly this year in the earlier stages of the league, the fact that Offaly beat Kerry in the championship last year, I think it has given a new life to the thing, and the fact that both of us have got there on merit, not by some fluke or other in the semi-finals, I think it has done great for the football in the north.
Well, between the two of you, you were in the first 2 positions in Division 1 all through the league. Do you think it's going to have an effect on the other counties in Ulster? The fact that 2 Ulster counties are in the final?
I think it should. The Donegal at the moment have been showing a bit. Ulster, I think, is one of the hardest counties to get out of in championship when it comes to championship time. There's always that unknown quantity of some of these teams. They give up their best for the championship, and I think this year's Ulster Championship will be very, very tough going.